together so we can. Hey, Nathan, welcome. All right, I'm gonna put y'all on mute. If you could let me in the chat, there's a chat beneath. I think you can hear me, right? Because Mardell, I believe, or it was Nicole. I'm not sure which one said hello, but if you could let me know, yes, Nicole. So you can hear me, okay? I imagine you can. Okay, good. All right. Welcome, welcome. If you want to put yourself on video, that would be great. If not, no big deal. You can just join the way you're joining. And I just wanted to host this like impromptu gathering for us as we navigate this like really challenging time. And I was figuring that, some of us could really use some unhooking and relief from the pandemonium of this pandemic, as I've heard it said. And whether you're really kind of unsettled and uncertain because of what's going on right now, I can't imagine that you wouldn't be in some way, shape, or form. Or if you're dealing with some other place in your life where you want some relief and also some sense of refuge and not, and even more than that, like connection to a deeper purpose through this challenge, then that's what I'm going to be addressing today. So we'll go probably about an hour. It may not be quite that long, but yeah, so I'll just be sharing some highlights with you from my last master class that I think is really appropriate here. Nicole, you were there for that, but I have a feeling that remembering these things isn't a bad thing. I don't think we can ever remember these things enough. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's all take a deep breath in through our nose. And exhale, let it go. And again, deep breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Do this again with me, breathing in. And let it go. Good. And then just really arriving here in your body. Sensing into your heart. And I want you to notice what your intention is. What is it that you're most needing to feel or receive from this time together? And go ahead and pop it into the chat. I'd love to know your intention. Looks like, yeah. What is it that you're most, hey, welcome. What is it that you're most needing to feel? Hi, is that Maggie? Oh, it's so good to see you, love. What is it that I can best serve you? Like, what is it that you're here to receive? Is it peace? Is it calm? Is it clarity? Is it guidance?
Thank you.
So you can go ahead and put it in the chat. There's a chat box beneath at the bottom bar, and you can just put that in. What is it that you're most needing to feel or receive? Why are you here? So I can best serve you. Peace and clarity. Thank you, Nicole. Not very many of us here yet. Or maybe we'll just have a small gathering. But since there is just a few of us here, I can really serve you if I know what it is that you're needing. Maggie, grounding, good. Nathan, how about you? So good for us to come together, right? With our lives being really like, with so much shifting and really not knowing, the uncertainty of this time is like our usual places where we like feel like grounded and safe and all of that stuff. It's all changing, right? So we don't really, the truth of the matter is we never really know what the future holds, but we think that we do. And we take some sense of like security and safety from that. And now we're being asked more than ever to take refuge in now, in this moment, radically and unlike never before. And we get to see all the ways that we feel security in some future moment. We borrow that sense of security and bring it into this present moment. But the truth is as we're learning right now, you know, borrowing security from the future doesn't really satisfy or serve us. So together, I'm going to help you tap into like a true refuge of peace and grounding that is always available to you right here and right now. So I hope that well, I have a sense it will serve you, but that is the intention of us gathering together for this call. It's really good for us to come together in community during this time. Many of us, I mean, shit, like everything's closed. Like our usual day-to-day routine that has us feeling probably grounded, that has us feeling some sense of security, has been, in other words, like the proverbial rug has been pulled out from under us. And so no better time than now to practice radical presence. Hi, Alicia. So let's go ahead and begin so we're going to be talking about 3 major keys that I had uncovered in the Courage to Shine Masterclass, but I'm going to be honing it in. Alexandra's here. I'm putting y'all on mute for now. I'm going to be really like making it applicable to what is going on in the collective right now. And as you're joining, like Alexandra, Alicia, if you just let me know, like, what is it that would best serve you? What is your intention? What are you most needing to feel or receive right now? Some ideas like from Nicole, peace and clarity. We had grounding from Meggie. And I'd love to know from you that have just joined, how can I best serve you? What is your intention? And just sensing into that right now through your breath. What is it that I'm most needing to feel or receive? In the chat box is right at the bottom. It's on your phone or on your laptop or however you're joining. Grounding. Okay, good. Maggie, grounding. Also said grounding, and peace was mentioned. I need grounding and peace. Okay, all right, we know, we're in the right place. I could use grounding as well. Okay, great. All right, I love this word grounding. Grounding is something that we can embody, and we just do it right now. I want you all to come into your legs. I want you all to feel your feet, whether they're on the floor or under you if you're seated. Okay, and I want you to bring your awareness all the way into your body. Take a nice deep breath into this fathom-long body. And exhale, sigh it out. And again, deep breath in. And let it go. And one more, breathing in. Hold, sip in a little bit more. And release. Feel yourself arrive here in radical presence. Especially right now, we need to prioritize presence. The most important thing, it's more important than anything else. There is no future, y'all. It doesn't exist. And any ways we try to borrow security from the future will leave us in an insecure place. There is no past. It's gone. All we have is now. And that can be a trite sentiment until we hit up against challenging times like we're hitting up against now. When shit hits the fan, it is the time for us to practice. It is a time for us to lean into the refuge of the present moment. And this isn't a concept. Welcome if you're joining us now. Welcome, welcome. Let me know and type into the chat, what is your intention? What are you most needing to feel or receive from our time together, from this gathering as we take refuge and connect to true peace and a feeling of being grounded that is available in the here and now? What are you most needing to feel or receive? And you can pop it into the chat. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, and we will be spending a little bit of time in meditation. You can keep your eyes closed if you like and just like kind of sense, just be in meditative space, or you can open your eyes, either one works. But I want you to orient to your environment right now. I want you to sense where you are in time and space. This is a practice called orienting. And notice the room that you're in. Notice the light. Notice your clothing on your skin. Notice your breath. As we orient to this moment, it helps us arrive more in the here and now. We're going to be orienting a few times as we're spending time together. And as we orient to what's happening here and now, it unhooks us from our fear, from our anticipation of future problem. I want you to sense right now, as we're wanting peace and we're wanting grounding, be in your body. And I just ask you to sense where your fear lives. Anxiety, where does it live? Is it here and now? Can you taste it? Can you touch it? Can you smell it? Or is it existing in your thinking? Is it existing in your anticipation, in your expectation of the future and possible problems, bad things that could happen in the future? And pop it into the chat. Where does fear really live? Does it live in the here and now, or is it living in your concepts, in your stories? Nothing wrong with concepts and stories, by the way. We all have them. But as we orient to this moment, where do you sense any fearful thoughts or feelings, or actually, like, where does fear come from if it's not happening right now in this moment as we're safely gathered and circled together? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I know for me, as I've been I'm waiting, oh good, in my shoulders and chest. So you're noticing where it lives in your body. Good, Alexandra. Who else? In my body, I notice that fears lives in my gut, in my chest and belly. Okay, so yeah, some people sharing where they feel it in their body. Lauren, welcome. And I want you to also sense, where do you notice that your fear also lives in your thinking? We really trace the sensations in the body. Even if it is not really in this moment, I do physically feel it in my chest at this moment, also in my head. Yes, Nicole. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. Now, what is spinning the sensations and the contractions in the body? If you trace it back, I guarantee you, this is not blame or finding fault, but it comes from us hooking into and getting really attached to our stories. Something bad is going to happen in the future that I won't be able to handle. We're in some way anticipating something in the future that's bad and we won't be able to handle it. Could we all agree with that? Can we pop a yes in the chat if you get what I'm saying? Yes, Nicole. I want to hear yes, Maggie. Okay, yes, yeah. So what I'm doing, why I'm bringing this up, because I want to point out that your mind is not your thinking mind, your headiness is not a safe place to live right now. It actually never is. But when things are going like normal, it can give us the illusion of safety, though it never gives us satisfaction. Yes. So everyone together, I want us dropping out of our headiness, and I want us to be in our bodies. Feel your feet on the floor. Keep orienting to your surroundings. Take refuge in the here and now, like your fucking hair is on fire. Like your life depends on it, because it does. Because life is now, and it's all we have. It's all we have. It's all we've ever had is this moment. It's just right now. In Zen, we say, great is the matter of life and death. Life slips quickly by and time waits for no one. Wake up, wake up. Do not waste your life. And now more than ever, we're being called forth to be radically present as we never have before. Our practice of presence is not an option. If you want to live with some sanity and some peace through this tumultuous time, there is a way through. There is a way through, but it isn't in getting certainty about your future. You will be okay. I do know this. We've all gotten through to this point. We've all endured great challenge in our lives. We've gotten through hell and come back again and again and again. So have trust in your capacity to navigate the storm. This too shall pass. Everything does. And things are changing on a daily basis. Right now, while a lot of us are quarantined, we're isolated. Normally I'd be in my office today. Look, the crow is crowing. Life is happening. Outside my window, it's crowing. It's like a sign, symbol. Life is now. Being present, which is what we're going to talk about because it is a practice, and I'm going to help you as much as I can to stay as present as possible through this time. Presence is our saving grace. If we're awake and present to the moment at hand, every moment of every day, every moment of every hour, we will find peace. We will find peace. But if we get too far ahead of ourselves and we get too caught up in trying to find security through concepts and stories, we will land ourselves in fear and anxiety. One of the ways that we come home to greater presence is through learning how to unhook from our fearful thinking. Let me talk about what unhooking means. It does not mean getting rid of. There's no way we're going to get rid of our fearful thinking. Fearful thoughts are going to happen, especially right now. I mean, there's no way to get out of that. So take the pressure off of yourself of like having this mind that isn't going to be like, having fearful thoughts. But what we want to do is learn the practices that help us create space. Okay, Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Anyone know this book? Y'all probably do. Man's Search for Meaning. Good book to read right now. I mean, a man who survived the Holocaust, who was in the concentration camps. Fuck. Here we are like with our, yes, here we are at home. Like I'm here with my kids. Like there are a lot of blessings actually that are available to me right now when I stay present. But this man wrote this book, was able to find refuge in a terrible time. I can't even imagine what that was like. Neither, unless you experienced it, you can't either. And so what he realized was this: between the stimulus and the response, there's a space. And in that space lies our ability to respond. And in that response lies our freedom. Now, I say that all the time in yoga classes and all that stuff, but I've never meant it as much as I mean it now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember this level of anxiety since we had the riots here in LA. I remember I was in high school being totally freaked out and things being off the shelves. And that was more locally present. If you didn't grow up in LA, I don't know if you remember that. You might have suffered some kind of obstruction to your usual routine or to the way you thought life would be. 9/11, we all experienced that. We can all reference that. But man, this is like unprecedented in my lifetime and in yours too, I imagine. So, more than ever right now, we've got to create space so that we're not hooking into these fearful thoughts that are just happening one after the other. That response is built as we practice presence. One of the ways we practice radical presence is being embodied. So be all in your body, all the way right now. Practice it. practice being with your breath. As you turn your attention towards these things, being in your body and being with your breath, there's a lot less energy to fuel fearful thoughts. So it's easier to let thoughts come and go. Does this make sense? So embodiment and breath. And if you want to write these things down, it's a good idea. Embodiment and breath. My teacher talks about throwing yourself into the moment. When I first found meditation practice, I was having panic attacks. Some of you may be having panic attacks right now. So, I understand, I get it. It's been a long time since I've experienced one, but I was experiencing this like deep, deep fear and terror. And I couldn't sleep very well. And I was like scared to get out of bed. Really, like I was scared to go to work, which is the way panic attacks can show up. And something that he taught me, and I'm going to share this with you, is this. I said, I'd be fine if I wasn't so afraid. And he said, oh, then we get to include fear in your practice. And that was a radical idea to me, to not resist my fear. I thought fear was in opposition to the peace that I wanted. I didn't realize that I could be afraid and find a way through it, that I could be afraid and have peace at the same time. And the way to have fear and find peace at the same time is through these 3 steps, right? So one of the things is to let be. We have to learn to let be what is. I checked in with you guys all at the beginning. Some of you said shoulders and chest tension there, chest and belly. We all acknowledged that fear was living in our thinking as well. So the first place is acknowledging and allowing what's here. Recognizing and allowing, as Tara Brach talks about in Rain, right? Which, like, I'm thinking of Alex, Alexandra, these steps, right, of Rain. Tara Brach has a great book called Radical Acceptance that would be really great to be reading during this time. Recognizing and allowing what's here right now. So as we put our hand on our heart, we can just take a deep breath in and practice this recognizing and allowing what's here right now. What emotions am I noticing? What sensations am I noticing? What thoughts am I noticing? How's it going to be? What am I going to do? Is it going to be okay? How much longer will it be like this? I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if I can get through it, right? And just notice the stories, notice the sensations. And I'm going to teach, this is part of what I call a check-in. It's called a tune. So we notice, and y'all, if you're clients of mine, you're familiar with this. What's my charge? So I give myself a number between 1 and 10. 1 being I feel very little activation. I feel really calm and peaceful. 10 being I'm really activated. I'm really stressed out. I'm really, charged. And then I ask myself, what are my feelings? What are the sensations? What are my thoughts? And so we'll just do that piece right now. So that's a tune. So charge, and I'm going to put mine in. My charge right now is a 5. My emotions are, God, I feel so present with you right now because I'm teaching, but I'm gonna come back to, like, I've been feeling some anxiety. I have been feeling some gratitude too. And I'll just leave it at that. Tension in my stomach. Warmth in my heart, warmth in my chest. And my thoughts have been, how much longer? What's going to happen? What are we? Will we be okay? I'm thinking of my family. Okay, so this is like just recognizing the ground, letting be. It's an important first step in true radical presence and finding refuge. our sense of refuge. So go ahead and just name that for us right now in this collective. What's your charge? What emotions, what sensations, and what thoughts are you experiencing? And just type it into the chat. And those of you who are my clients, please do this, because it'll help others that don't work with me normally to just kind of get the feeling of the attune process. You can also think of it as Chester: charge, emotion, sensations, thoughts, and then we're going to hook into a resource. Stay in your body as you do this. We're creating that space between the stimulus and the response. Oh, Alexandra, she needs to hop off. You're welcome. I'm glad you could make it. Miss you too. Okay, I'm just going to wait for the rest of you to pop in your check-in. And as we were just checking in, I'm going to unpack a little bit more. So after we acknowledge what's true for us, the next piece that we want to do is find what is resourceful. Again, this is all in the service of you unhooking from fear and remembering the true peace that is always available in the here and now. Okay, so after you acknowledge this is the let be, once we let be, and part of letting be is noticing what's true, acknowledging what's true, and then we do something really radical. We allow it. So whatever's here, rather than fighting it, rather than like judging it, right? Oh, I shouldn't be fearful. Oh, trying to get out of it. We just simply acknowledge, oh, there's uncertainty here. I'm afraid, and it's okay. Leisha, 6, fear, dread, knot in my stomach, tension in my head, warmth in my neck, thinking, is this what going to look like in a few months, right? Leisha, I've been thinking the same thing. Nicole, charge is an 8. I have been feeling tension in my head, chest, extremely grateful, loving, wishing peace and health to all, and certain anxious, sad attachment. How long will this last? Okay, good. Lauren, anxious, 6, fear, feeling tightness in chest, uneasy stomach. Will I be okay? Will my family be okay? Will we as a world be okay? Good. Isn't it good to like just share that? I feel good. I don't know about you, but I'm like relating to all of you. I'm like, me too. Because this is like the power of sharing our truth in community, right? It's like the first place we have to start is with how it is. And however it is for us, we get to practice yes. Yes, I allow this. All my thoughts, all of my sensations, all of my feelings. I open up to a yes. I include it. I may not like it. Allowing doesn't mean that we like it. Allowing does not mean that we accept it necessarily. Well, accepting doesn't mean that I condone or am okay with it. It's just like, shit, this is the way it is. And how do I get okay with it? Like, can I just acknowledge this is how it is? And if I don't like it, then this is how it is, and I don't like it. And you can even practice putting a hand on your heart and just like, this is how it is. I may not like it. I'm going to hold both with a yes. And I want you to sense, as you just check in with yourself in this way, what are these feelings, these challenging thoughts and feelings? What are they most needing right now? What are they most needing right now? Is it ease? Is it peace? Is it acceptance? Is it reassurance? Is it community? Belonging? Is it like, what is it? And then I just want you to pop that into chat. Acceptance. So for me, what my feelings and my thoughts and everything that I'm noticing right now, what they're most needing, oftentimes, you guys, we're just bypassing this. We don't even realize what's going on in the background, but we're wondering why we feel so like revved up and spun out. And so this is such an integral part to recognize, and then to allow, and then to ask ourselves, what is all of this needing most right now in this moment? We don't have to figure out how we're going to get it. We just want to open up to what it is. And in the process of owning what we most long for, we bridge the gap from longing to belonging, acceptance, reassurance, community, and peace. Thank you, Nicole. Validation, reassurance, community, calm, holding, reassurance, connection. Yes, the sense that in some way, shape, or form that we are creating this here together today. So that you can start to sense that you can open up to these qualities that you're most needing. And we're going to practice this together, okay? So I'm closing my eyes a lot just as I tune in. So orient again. Like I want you to take a moment to orient. This is like for the rest of today, I want you all doing this. I want you to all, like, oftentimes I want you to orient to this moment. This moment is the only thing we know. This moment has always been here to hold us up and take care of us. But if we ignore it because we're looking for certainty in all the wrong places, like looking for love in all the wrong places, we will be spinning out. And we can't be doing that for the next few weeks. This is probably going to be next few weeks. I hate to say that, but that's what we're looking at. And we're going to get through this together. Okay? So we have to start changing our routines up. We have to start getting community and a sense of community in places that we normally probably don't, like online. I'd much rather be in person, but it ain't what we have as an option right now. So coming together and doing these things that hook us into radical presence is of the utmost importance, you guys. We have to practice this like our life depends on it, because it does. Life is now. And being all bound up and wound up and fearful during this time isn't good for our immune systems. And it's not the way that we want to be living. You know, this is an opportunity for us to remember the true refuge that we have, which ain't in the future. It never has been. We just think it is. And we create these elaborate mental constructs that actually they don't exist in reality. All we have is now. And now is always changing. I know this for sure. This will pass. Whether it's good or it's bad or it's ugly or it's beautiful, it will pass. Rather than trying to get a sense of safety and security from the future, we need to, now more than ever, land in the now. And part of that comes from acknowledging how we are right now in this moment, which is what we just did, sensing what it is that we most need right now in this moment. And then practicing radical presence by connecting to our true center. So I invite us all to do this right now. We're going to put a hand on our lower abdomen. I want you to put your hand right underneath your belly button. Okay? As you breathe in, I want you to feel, now, okay, some of you, this is nothing new under the sun. You know, we throw around life is now like it's some whatever. We're not really connected to it. How do we connect to radical presence? How do we connect to the peace within? It's in your body. It's a real visceral place in your body, and it's called the hara. Well, in Japanese, it's called the hara. The Japanese have a word for it because it's a practice of theirs. In Chinese medicine, it's called the ten tian. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but as you inhale, I want you to feel your belly kind of spill forward into your hand. And you can even deepen the breath. And as we feel the belly spill into the hand, I want you to start to sustain your awareness there. Drop your heady awareness down, good, into your lower belly. Begin to sense the center of you. This is actually the true center point of gravity in your body. As you inhale, feel your belly expand into your hand. And keep that going. Now we're going to start to adjust the breath. So hooking into the breath is another way that we unhook from fearful thinking. Unhooking from fearful thinking is not a conceptual practice. It's a practice of pivoting our attention out of fearful thinking towards our anchors of radical presence. Deep breath in. Exhale completely. You can even sigh it out the mouth. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale mouth like you're blowing out candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Allow the breath to keep dropping down into the lower belly. Let your body be like 5 or 10% more at ease. Soften shoulders and inside of chest and muscles around the eyes. Soften jaw. Feel your legs. Feel your feet from the inside out. Ignite a trust in your felt sense, a commitment to being in your body. And keep letting your awareness drop, and sink, and sink. As you inhale, awareness sinks down into your lower belly. This isn't something that to take lightly. As we're doing this, I just really want you to stay present with the practice. Sustaining awareness in the lower abdomen. As you inhale, feeling the belly spill into the hand. Soften the belly. Feel the presence of the community that's gathered here together. in present moment time. We may not know where we're going, but we are not lost. Start to sense the sounds in the room. Sounds are always here in the present moment, safe. Notice what's happening now in this moment is totally workable. Here we are, gathered together. In this moment, we are safe. In this moment, nothing bad is happening. Notice your thoughts, one after the other. Am I doing this right? I'm not safe. What is she talking about? I don't know what's going to happen. What's for lunch? What am I going to do later? How am I going to manage all of this? Those are thoughts. They are all thoughts. They're impressions, one after the other. Be the watcher of those impressions. Just keep sinking into your belly. Keep bringing your awareness all the way into your body. It's not a hard thing to do. We can do it in an instant, effortlessly. But it is not our habit. The endless thinking about what's to come and what's to happen in the future is like so sticky, so tempting to hook into. This is your radical act of self-love. This is the place of true refuge. Keep dropping into your center. We'll bring another hand right to our beautiful hearts. Holding the whole of our experience. Sensing into right now this unasked for love. The presence of the presence, beyond belief, beyond religion. There is a palpable presence of the presence. Sense it with you right now. Sense it here with us right now. As we get present, as we come into our bellies, there is an umbilical cord to this presence of the presence. We don't have a physical umbilical cord anymore, but we have an energetic one. Connects us with the center of all things, to the source of all things, to this unasked for love. You might sense this unasked for love, this presence of the presence standing behind you, upholding you, Mother Earth. Feel it right now. It doesn't exist anywhere else. And as I say these words, start to sense it as like coming into you. This love, this unasked for love. May you, dear one, be at ease. May you be at peace. May you feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. May you, dear one, be at ease. May you be at peace. May you feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May you be truly happy. May you be healthy. May you have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. May you, dear one, be at ease. May you be at peace. May you feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May you be truly happy. May you be healthy. May you have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. Feel in your heart how much you want this for yourself. You don't have to make yourself feel it. Feel your longing for it. Yes, I long for it. Yes, please love me. It's like this, oh, yes. Let yourself be filled by that love. And then we'll open up this invocation, this heart-centered longing and desire to each other as we are all in this together. Truly, not one of us is not impacted by what's happening right now. This is always true, but now we really feel it and know it in our bones and in our bodies. Our interconnection is unarguable. May we be at ease. May we be at peace. May we feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. May we be at ease. May we be at peace. May we feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May we trust. May we be healthy. And may we have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. Let it ripple out beyond our community that's gathered here, beyond our circle. May it ripple out to all beings everywhere on this planet right now. Imagine everyone right here and right now. We're all wanting the same thing. We all long for peace. We all long for ease. Old ones and young ones and tall ones and short ones and dark ones and light ones and sick ones and well ones and rich ones and poor ones, happy ones and sad ones, scared ones and calm ones, and all of us now, may we all feel this as we shine that love, that longing for peace, for wholeness, for groundedness out to everyone. May we be at ease. May we all be at ease. May we all be at peace. May we all feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May we trust. May we be truly happy. May we be healthy. And may we have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions, and so it is. Only now and in this moment, in this alive moment, can we be loved and will we be loved in a way that feels true and real in this time of uncertainty. Bringing palms together, taking a deep breath in, and exhale. If you'd like, you can seal that with a bow. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. And just sensing how you feel. However you feel is right. However you feel belongs. Take a moment, if you would, and just type into the chat what that was like for you. And stay in your center, okay? Stay in your center. It's the safest place to be. Center is not a concept in the mind. It is an embodied experience that we must practice. We must practice it. It is the gateway to peace. It is the way that we unhook from fear, since we unpacked at the beginning of this call that fear lives in our concepts, lives in our anticipation of a future that we won't be able to handle. Right here and right now, there ain't no problem. How about we live here from now on, moment by moment, breath by breath? So go ahead and pop into the chat. How are you feeling after that little meditation that we did? As you stay in your center. I'm just going to sit here and wait, staying with my breath. Emotional, calming. Yeah, good. Emotional is good, Nicole. It means the heart is thawing. Makes sense that we would feel emotional right now. The heart is wet when it's not so locked up. Yeah, and bound up in fear. It can like melt a little bit. Maybe we'll cry. It's good. It's good to let that out some way so it's not locked in. I did, yeah. Awesome. I'd love for it to hear from a few more of you. How was that? How are you now? Is this all making sense? Warm and tingling, ease, tearful. Yeah, heart's thawing. Good. We want to come home to our hearts and come out of the head. Your head. Annie Lamott says, my mind is like a bad neighborhood. I never go there alone. But when shit hits the fan, those thoughts are really sticky. And so it can feel like holding back wild horses. That's why we got to come together to remind us, yes, hold back the wild horses. Come to your true refuge like your hair is on fire. There ain't no sane place to be other than now, right now. You know, I think we could all agree with that. Right now, we're together, it's sane. We can touch on some peace right now in your center, right? So what we just did, I'd love to hear from a few more of you. I heard from Nicole and Grateful, Maggie, yes. Leisha, I heard from you, good. Everyone, if you can, engage, because you're going to get more out of it if you engage. A connection is huge. I don't think I realized how not in my body I was before this, feeling emotional, yeah. Right, when we come back into the body, we get to feel emotions, which is actually good because we've been walled off from them, and that has us feeling more anxious. So if we feel emotional and we cry or something like that, what you'll often feel is relief from that. Good, as the heart starts to thaw. I want to leave you with a with a summary. We started off, I talked about letting be. And how did we let be? Well, we just we just noticed how we were. And I had you type into the chat your charge, your emotions, your sensations, and your thoughts, a check-in. That lets us, that's a practice of letting be. Otherwise, we're not even aware of how it is, and it's running the show. So we're creating some space by just checking in with how we are. The next thing that we did was we practiced letting be and letting in, right? So letting be, letting go comes naturally when we let be. And then we anchored into our haras. That's so important. Please don't leave this class without taking that with you. And I want you to practice that and practice that and practice that today. Keep letting your awareness sink into your hara all day today. You're doing dishes, you're watching TV, don't watch the news. Keep letting your attention sink into your hara. You have an innate, unconditional peace that lives there. I can't take it from you. No news can take it from you. No external situations can take it from you. It lives there. It will thaw the heart, and it will allow you to touch into the presence of the presence. Okay? And then the last thing we did with our meditation, right, was we practiced some metta, which was this really acknowledging the longing of the heart. And as we acknowledge the longing of the heart, we bridge the gap from longing to belonging, right? So throughout today, if you find yourself getting freaked out, if you find yourself getting kind of scared, take a moment, put your hand on your heart, and then to whatever, Mother Earth, to the wisdom that beats your heart and breathes your breath beyond your will, to that presence of the presence. I don't give a shit what you call it, but it's undeniable, right? Your heart's beating right now. You're not willing that to happen. It's just happening for you. You can trust that wisdom, right? It's here. It's the ground, the earth beneath you. Maybe it's Mother Earth. Whatever it is, to the presence of the presence. May I be at ease. May I be at ease. May I be at peace. Help me find some peace right now. May I be happy. May I be healthy. Do those recitations of that simple recitation. May I be at ease. May I be at peace. May I, and you can write them down, may I be at ease. May I be at peace. May I feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May I be happy.
1 second, okay?
May I be healthy. And may I have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. That's what I'm going to type it into the chat too. May I be at ease. May I be at peace. May I feel safe and free from inner and outer harm. May I be healthy. May I have a feeling of well-being that isn't bound by circumstances or conditions. Okay, you can pull that off right now, copy, paste it, put it in your notebook. We're going to come to a close. Before we do that, I want to mention two things. One, I'm going to read you a poem from Rumi that I want to leave you with that I think y'all know it probably, but I just find it to be so helpful. Two, I'd love to keep showing up and doing these. If you would, if you would, if you want to express your appreciation for this class, you can drop me a donation. Doesn't matter how much it is. I would greatly appreciate it, and it will help me to be able to come and do these more often. I could even do it on a regular basis on Tuesdays at this time at 11:30. It doesn't matter if it's $1, if it's $10, if it's $5, if it's $20, whatever. I have a Venmo. You can Venmo me at Carina Nickerson, and also, you can PayPal me too. It's Carina Nickerson on PayPal. So that would be greatly appreciated if you valued this class and you valued this teaching. I'm going to leave you with this poem from Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if there are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of all of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, you can meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Thank you so much for just showing up and joining us, and I'll do it again soon. I'll drop an email and sending you so much love and many blessings. Remember, prioritize presence like it is the center of your life. There ain't nothing more important than this. Thank you. Have a blessed day. You're so welcome. Be well, everyone. Sending love and blessings. Namaste. You're welcome. Alexandra, you're so welcome.